Hey everyone, it's Stephanie from Stephanie Reviews, and I am here to bring you another coffee with Conti. Now, with this one, I am going to be talking about my favorite records that I have that are from soundtracks, that are soundtracks to movies that I really enjoy and really love. And so, without further ado, let's begin. Let's just take a quick sip, though. Why did I say that so loud? Anywho. Okay. So and I'm going to go through some of these quickly. Now, if there are vinyls that have a very pretty color, I will definitely show that. So I have first, Gone with the Wind. Second, and this is a new recent purchase, I have Blue Velvet. And one thing I loved, I got it sealed. It came in sealed and beautiful and pretty. And let's just appreciate the fact that it's blue. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, I'll put this back. So, yeah, I really love, if I can get a colored vinyl, I just think they're so pretty, so unique. If I could get a colored vinyl for a movie that I really like, I will grab it, just because I think it just makes the collection more unique, and I'm not going to try shoving this in. I don't want to break it. Then I have The Sound of Music. I have Rocky, and yes, the music is by Bill Conti. I do not have sadly, any connections to Bill Conti, and I am not related to him as far as I know. Rocco and his brothers, and real quickly, I'll mention that I do have the Godfather soundtrack, no surprise, but this is by Nino Rota, the same composer, and if you listen to the song Terra Lontana, it sounds just like something you would hear in The Godfather. So, if you like Godfather music, check out Rocco and his brothers. Then, and let me just briefly mention also that I particularly have a collection of records from movies that star Marlon Brando in. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Brando, okay? So I got The Fugitive Kind, which is a great movie. Great Criterion. The Last Tango in Paris. It's probably my favorite album. I love the jazz music in it. Now I have here La Dolce Vita, and what I loved, this was pressed in the 60s, and I got it sealed. And I just love that. I loved the best is also like getting an old, not only colored records, but also getting like a really old and like record, but it's sealed, but it's still really like well kept. Like this looks brand new, and I just absolutely love that. So shout out to the previous owner for keeping that in such great condition. Then you have A Man and a Woman, Mutiny on the Bounty, The Great Gatsby. Sadly, these are not colored, because the special edition colored ones were made of platinum, and I believe like 12 karat gold, and obviously that cost an arm and a leg, and I could not get that. Then I have The Walking Dead Volume 1 soundtrack, and it's red. Then this one, Prisoners, maybe a little hard to see, but oh, I love this soundtrack, and I was really surprised when I was able to find the soundtrack for, I just didn't think they would make it into a record, and I'm really happy that they did, because it's phenomenal, and the movie's phenomenal too. I would have to say that I would think Prisoners would be in like my top 50 movies. Then I have Dawn of the Dead, which is a really, really dark, or it's bright orange, rather. It's bright orange, but it's not clear. It's not like a see-through. Then I have 2001: A Space Odyssey. I have Apocalypse Now. I have Julius Caesar. Now, this is not actually the soundtrack. This is audio clips from the movie. I intended to buy the soundtrack, but I kind of messed up on that one. But still, I think it's pretty cool. I have Sayonara. Now, I have two different versions of A Streetcar Named Desire. This is the original one. This is like the first Streetcar Named Desire soundtrack by Capitol Records, and it comes on little 45s. But I ended up buying a newer released version because, as you know, putting 45s on all the time, you know, kind of got a little tiring. So I got Streetcar Named Desire, the big version. The Godfather, naturally. I have the soundtrack to a Marlon Brando movie called Burn. The soundtrack to A Countess from Hong Kong, brought to you by Charlie Chaplin. I have A Clockwork Orange, and no, the record is not orange, or at least mine isn't. And of course, if you're going to collect soundtracks, you gotta have at least one James Bond soundtrack. I mean, and so of course, I got the best James Bond soundtrack, Goldfinger. I mean, how could you not? Then, Valley of the Dolls. I love the soundtrack. I sing my butt off to it all the time because I love it so much. I have a record player that has a USB port in, so I burned it into an MP3 file on my laptop, so I listen to it all the time. Then you have One-Eyed Jacks, and I have not seen the movie yet, but I know it just came out as a Criterion, so I will be getting my hands on that soon. Then, because it's in the same boat, I'm going to include some video game soundtracks just because they're so awesome. Like, any Fallout 3 fans out there, like, how beautiful is this? And what's great is, this is not just the slip, this is the actual vinyl. Like, this isn't just a cover, this is the vinyl. And it even has this on the back. So cool, so cool. A lot of the colored records and stuff like that, I usually get typically either from eBay or from Hot Topic. Then I have John Carpenter's Lost Themes, Volume 2. Gotta include him there. Now, these two I just recently got as a Xmas gift from my boyfriend. He got me the Mafia 3 Collector's Edition set, so it came with 2 records. It came with one where it's the soundtrack, and then one where it's the original score. So, that's pretty cool. Shout out to him. I have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and it is indeed red. Then I have a mini 45 Marlon Brando and Gene Simmons from Guys and Dolls. Brando can't sing well, just stating that there. Then I actually have a promo release of the Exorcist soundtrack on record, or on vinyl, which is pretty cool. And this is a TV show, but I love David Lynch. You gotta include David Lynch whenever you're talking about movies, and just let's appreciate how beautiful and unique this vinyl is. It's like a coffee color. Beautiful. So that's a soundtrack to the TV show Twin Peaks. Then I have John Carpenter's Lost Themes Volume 1, and the record to this, and it may be hard to see from my laptop camera, but it's actually like black, or it's blue, but with a black, like little, I call it like a marble effect almost. Alright, and then the last one that I have is the best of the best, and this was a gift from my boyfriend last year, and I love it so much. I mean, I just went on a rant on my last Coffee with Conti talking about how much I love The Thing, and if you're the Thing fan and you have a record player, do whatever you can to find this record. It's hard to find, and it may be expensive, but it's worth it. And it does have a lot of songs that I personally did not hear while watching the movie, and I could not find anywhere else. And I really like it. And I would have to say that Ennio Morricone is my favorite composer. Just a little fun fact. So yeah, I'm going to release this on Christmas Eve. So I hope all of you guys have a great Christmas Eve and happy holidays. And I will be producing more content soon. So I hope everyone is good and take care. Bye.